Nappage Mesotherapy. Begin the treatment and preparing the skin by carrying out a full iron lip cleanse, a superficial facial cleanse, a deep facial cleanse, an exfoliation and a tone. You can use for the treatment a 1 to 2 ml syringe. We like to use the space saver syringes. You'll use a 23 to 21 gauge draw-up needle. We would advise that if you are using glass vials for your product, that you use a filter needle. These will filter out any glass shards that may contaminate the products during opening and stop them from being present within your syringe. Filter needles can be purchased from any online medical retailer. Draw up your product. You will need approximately 1 to 2 ml per face-based treatment. Usually it's around 2 ml for full application. Remove your draw-up needle and attach your application needle. We would advise using a 30 gauge yellow needle, which is a 4mm. The needle is very, very small, which will mean that you will have much more control during the treatment. Prior to starting your treatment, make sure that you are using an antibacterial skin cleanser to wipe over the area to get rid of any contamination and bacteria which could be present on the skin. This is always good practice prior to carrying out any needle-based treatment. We advise using Vitaset, which you can get from 40 Medical. Start your Nappage Mesotherapy on the forehead. This treatment is a very, very superficial light treatment. You'll need to have a lot of control and you will see minimal to no blood spotting during this treatment. We are literally just slightly inserting into the epidermis. This is not a dermal based treatment. We will be literally bouncing the needle across the skin. There is no pressure on the skin whilst carrying out this treatment. You will see that there are small little droplets of product on the skin as we're moving over, and this is normal and this is what you're wanting to see. Small droplets which can slowly be able to be absorbed by the skin during the treatment. As you are moving and bouncing over the skin, you are gently going to press your plunger down to release small amounts of product. During your Nappage Mesotherapy, you must make sure that the skin is damp at all times. So I will go over and I'll release product over the areas that I have treated to keep them nice and damp, so the product can get down through into those microchannels. I will then move on to the sides of the face, carrying out the same treatment techniques on the jawline and on the cheek area, moving upwards towards myself, carrying out superficial bouncing techniques over the skin with no blood spotting present. I will make sure that I go round and just make sure the areas that I have treated are still damp with my product. I will then move on to the other side of the face, carrying out the same treatment, superficial, bouncing movements only on the epidermis. The bevel of your needle will usually always have to be facing upwards towards the sky and never downwards towards the client's skin. Small little dots of product are what you are wanting to see during your treatment. We would then move on to the chin and the top lip, and then onto the nose. The chin, top lip and the nose can be sensitive, so just be warned as your client may slightly flinch due to the different sensations to what it was on the forehead and the cheeks. We will cover all areas apart from the soft tissues within the orbital area, so around the eyes, and we will never go onto the skin on the lip area either. You will complete the treatment by leaving on the serum that you have been using and injecting into the skin, and you will then use a moisturizer to complete, and then you will move on and make sure that you are applying your sun protection factor for your client as well, between 30 to 50. It is normal for the skin to look slightly reddened, so do tell your clients that it's completely normal, but that will calm down within the next hour or so. You can also use a cryosphere, something cooling on the skin afterwards, in addition to take down any redness and cool the skin down also. You can also use this technique for hair restoration. So again, you would get your 1 or 2 mil needle and you would use a draw up needle. Now we are using here a product which has a bung on it, so we are not needing a filter needle because we are not shattering glass. So I will draw up with my product. I will attach my 30 gauge 4mm needle. All needles and syringes can be purchased from online medical retailers such as MediSave. And I will then use my sterile gauze and my skin antibacterial cleanser to wipe over the area that I am treating. I will use the same techniques, carrying out superficial based application, bouncing the needle across the skin, wanting to see small droplets on the surface of the skin, and making sure that we are only treating the epidermis and I'm going no deeper. I will cover all areas where the hair has thinned, and I can even go into areas where there is some longer strands of hair, but the hair has been depleted. You would use a product that is designed for hair restoration, and this will activate and stimulate the hair follicle to induce hair